Hey guys, hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. Um, so we're going to bring in the ancients again. So just give me a couple seconds and we'll bring them in with their message for today. We are here once again. We would like to say we appreciate those that are listening. Even though the ones that listen now are small, the numbers will grow. We talked about the history of the sector a few channelings ago. We were the ones that seeded this area and let it grow. Some of the seeds that we planted in other sectors of the universe came and put their creations within this sector as well. Our job was to set the foundation of this time space reality and to see what would grow, what would happen. The original plan of the sector did not go as we anticipated, even though we knew there was a chance, as with anything with free will, to go awry. This sector is billions of years old, older than you can concept. There were many wars fought in this sector for the codes and the genes. The design of this planet you called Earth, the animals, the plants, you humans, the bipedal designs, is what many were after. Came here, rearranged your DNA, set forth a game plan for this Earth. There were many, many experiments on this Earth. Some that were put to an end, some that came to an end of their own doing. Each one of you is here for a reason, a mission. You tend to complicate things. You tend to wander about outside your Earth, when the missing concept is your soul. Everyone talks about soft disclosure of aliens. What everyone must realize is that your soul is the base of where everything grows from. Whether you are a human, a Pleiadian, a reptilian, an octave, a vibration. It's all about going to a higher dimension consciously. You must learn to control your emotions. What makes this area of the sector so special and so sought after and so fought after is that the connection of the soul to the body. This is one of the projects where you are driven by feelings. As evolutionary levels of consciousness keeps growing, this sector is dealing with emotions. Not every dimension or other sectors have emotions. You are driven by emotions. And one of the concepts with the evolutionary growth of the human species is controlling your emotions, where you are in the driver's seat versus you are being driven. That is the key to everything. There are so many questions that people want to look for the answer for without starting at the first layer. And the first layer is about emotions, awareness, self-control, all of which encompasses your energy. If all of your DNA, as you call it, were activated in the perfect blending of the soul to the material body, was in essence 100%. The power that each one of you would have would be unfathomable. That is why you are here, plain and simple. To control your energy, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and see what you can do with them. There are many experiments going on this earth, trying to decipher, trying to find out all of them can actually take you off your path. Your true path in this earth, in this sector, is to learn about oneself, to control about the emotions. You set these tests up for you to see how good you were at controlling your emotions. If you can go through the trials of fire and come out the other end better than when you went in there, you have raised your consciousness. When you are conscientious all the time, you continue to raise your vibration and conscious. That is the test of this planet. And that's why it is like a schoolroom, because mistakes are allowed and to happen. No one is telling you to be perfect. But before you go looking in other doorways and looking for answers of how or why the tyranny is the way it is on this earth, one must look forward, inward to oneself. Too many people are captivated or distracted from helping oneself. You have technology, TV, work, people, all these distractions. How many of you take time to go within, learn your lessons, and improve yourself? So before you worry about if this planet is under a tyranny of the so-called Anunnaki, or if there are reptilians on this planet, or negative energies, you must start at the basis of your feelings. That is the core. That is why you've come here. Learn to build within oneself. And that means letting go of fear, regret, anger, Once you can do that and you've become one with oneself and you live a happy, productive life, that energy and vibration radiates to others, then you are in a position to help others. But unfortunately, when you are in those dire needs of negative feelings, there are negative entities that do feed on it, that do want to keep the evolutionary process of the sector down. That's why there were many wars or experiments that were ended. You will not change this world through war, violence. You will only change this world by changing oneself, one person at a time. And once one becomes aware, or what you so-called spiritual awakening, without trying to push your thoughts or your beliefs onto another, all you have to do is show love, compassion for another. It doesn't matter about the ideology, whether one is so-called on a spiritual path or religious path or whatever you want to call it. Those are names and labels. Whatever means gets you into a love and compassionate with self-harmony is what we want you to work on. So before you go looking in doorways and looking for answers, look at oneself. That is why you cannot remember past lives or your agreements that you came in here for. You must learn your energies. So why do you say we must learn them? There are many what you would call aliens that are connected to their soul and understand how everything works. Many of you think once you pass on the other side that all is well and fine. And you have a phrase here, as above, so below. And that is the way it is on the other side of the so-called veil. There are tyrannies out there looking to have their viewpoints of the evolutionary process proceed the way they want. Those of the tyranny, whether we say it's neither positive or negative polarity, is not for us to judge. It is about contrast. Sometimes those that are for the contrast or negative end up believing what the true positive path is. But no one has a definition of what the positive path or negative path is. Both paths begin from one point and end to another. How you travel upon those both paths is neither right or wrong, but the starting point is love and the ending point is love. And why is it crucial to learn about this? Because when you are connected to who you really are and you take physical form, you are a very, very powerful being. And some that haven't mastered their emotions or energy levels can be driven by those to do things That's why it is so important to control your energy. If you can control your emotions and your energy in this sector, then you can advance to the next consciousness. We say to you, with all that is, start at the base with yourself. Learn to forgive, self-help, responsibility, being happy, productive, and using those lessons to progress you along. There's much information out there, especially on your so-called spiritual sites, that can distract you. Most of that information is false. We will not delve into the negative aspect of things, as it is far too much in the beginning of our teachings, which we will call them. We want to start you off with a good foundation, a good base, as we are trying to find a good line of communication with our conduit and make these channelings smoother, stronger, more vibrant, easier. These are like a newborn baby learning and growing. For now, all we can tell you is do not get distracted with everything. Meditate, go within oneself. Use your gut feelings and your own internal navigational system will start to click on and guide you, connected to your higher self. But the laws in this sector require outside forces not to interfere. So many of you will say, aren't these channelings or other channelers part of this interference? If you make a contract before you come here and agree to be a channeler, then that does not break the law. That is in accordance with the law. The key is remembering what your mission is. Many fail and many come through. We will leave you now. We observe you in great anticipation of what your next move will be. For we learn much from you as you do from us. And the more we learn from you, the better we are able to help you, understand you. For we not the same vibration or dimension of you, and our viewpoints are much different. We leave you now.